start. Stephen Allen, almost daily. Laughs and facts, served up plainly. Your dose of wit, it's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
Hello, and welcome to another Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. It's a day, so that counts. Welcome along. This is the live stream version of the podcast. As ever, I should point out what's happening. Back in the day, this was a radio show turned into a podcast that was then on the internet. And then the radio station got sold. So now we're doing some of them live streaming. There's no other reason. I can't think of why I'm doing this. But yet still, somehow, I am. Welcome along. And if you want to take part in the chat things, we've got proper memes in there already. More on proper memes later. Joodles says afternoon. Afternoon. Look at that. Perfectly bang on. You could have said morning before. Straight in with an afternoon. Accuracy in the fan base. That's what I like. For those paying ridiculous levels of attention, you may know that I was on the old telly box on GB News until 2 o'clock this morning. So I've not had a lot of sleep. So I might be slightly tired. This might not be the finest work I've ever done, but you know what? Who cares? Somehow we'll get through it by taking a look at some of the front pages. We can start off with, we covered these last night, so you can see the longer version of me chatting with Patrick Christys and the rest. And yeah, some people have given some feedback on the fact that some members of the panel might not like everyone else, but they do like me. Anyway, check out social media for that. I think I can win over the hearts and minds of either side of the political spectrum. Which is odd that I'm not more successful then, isn't it? Really? Weird. The Times goes with, when did UK decide China was not a threat? I think that headline very much misses what's happened. In case you don't know the story, there was some allegations of spying. There could have been a court case if the government would have given some information, but it was all about the Official Secrets Act that require you saying the people they're spying for is an enemy state. And the government were like, oh, it's paperwork. I don't know if it says they're an enemy state. Anyone say they're an enemy state? So that no one said they're an enemy state. I think that what's happened there is not that we decided China wasn't a threat. We decided they were so much of a threat that we didn't want to call them an enemy state. But other people on the panel last night were saying, like, is there something dodgy going on? Why are we helping China? I don't think we were helping China to help China. We were helping China to try and avoid embarrassment. And it did not work. Look. Front page of the, let's have a look. The Mail. We've covered the thing about stamp duty, haven't we? In fact, if you want to read more about the stamp duty thing, look on my substack.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen. I had time last night during not being on TV during the late show bit to write up my thoughts on the stamp duty thing. Have a look at all that. The Daily Mail goes with Victoria Beckham. I secretly suffered from an eating disorder for years. I don't wish to be too harsh given the topic, but secretly? There's a word in that headline that's not needed. Do you know what? I did a joke when I used to be a joke writer for Jamie Theakston and Heart Breakfast back in the day. I used to work overnight doing jokes for their breakfast show. And there was one, I remember it, about the OCD that David Beckham has. That was covered slightly in the documentary, wasn't it? In the David Beckham documentary. But there was a story where she said she'd opened the fridge and all of the cans of cola were left lined up facing forwards. And I said, that's shocking, isn't it, that she opens the fridge. So if we were making those jokes back then, we kind of knew. The Guardian has a thing about drinking hours. The more worrying thing is AI bubble at risk of bursting, says Bank of England. Who's going to do my theme tunes then? I don't have the staff on this podcast. Without AI doing most of the heavy lifting, we wouldn't even have one. So that's a worry. The front page of the iPaper, stamp duty again. Have a look at Substack. But the top corner, the myth of multitasking. I've given up and now I'm more productive. Yeah, good. Can we stop believing that multitasking is a thing? Scientists have proved it's not. All you can do is task switching from doing a little bit of task A, a little bit of task B. Multitasking is not a thing. Even in computers, it's not really a thing, is it? But in people, it's not a thing. It's just there's a certain bunch of people who like to pretend they're spinning a lot of plates. They're doing it badly, but they are... Some of the comments coming through already. Proper meme saying, nice Posh and Beck's jokes. Classic misdirection. Of course, you think I'm talking about topic A, but I'm talking about topic B. That is 90% of what I do. Don't crack the code too much, otherwise you won't need me to be around anymore. Joodles wants to know, is there an energy drink of the day incoming? No, because after this, there is a nap incoming, because I was at work until 2. I'm not here Ignore me, says hi ho Kermit. I'm not ignoring any. I'm not ignoring people in the chat. Alex says hello with a wave. Hello. And what else we got in there? Oh, Sinful Charlotte says finished for lunch break. Afternoon all. Welcome along. It's busy in the chat. A few more headlines to do until we get into the actual. I don't know. I feel like I don't need an energy drink today. Am I high? I think I made a double coffee in the house and I've not brought it with me. So I've not even had caffeine. But I left the coffee. What the hell am I doing? Nap of the day. It says proper means I'm not filming it. We're not live streaming me napping. Unless that gets more Ko-fi donations, in which case, yes, I would. Front page of the Daily Star, finally. I am the tall guy. Some Tory MPs really tall. Kemi Badenoch's not. That's that story. The never-ending Tory is the other front page they've done on him. I look at that and I think the remake of Lord of the Rings is a bit rubbish, isn't it? It also makes me want to nick a Les Dawson joke. Paraphrase it slightly due to the gender, but she only comes up to his waist and then gives in and climbs back down again. So, there we go. Hi-ho Kermit says, lol, no, I mean it. I'm just lurking. I'm busy. All right. Well, try and join in a little bit in the chat. So there's the front pages done. More chat on the way. More stuff about proper memes, actually. He's done me a favour. Things to plug later on. But I think it's time to get right into the middle of the actual news.
Let's get inside the news.
There's the screen's up. Alex says, that was the thing during lockdown. People would stream themselves sleeping for gift donations. Really? So it's not a stupid idea. Okay. More on that later. Let's start off with this. Loads of bits from the newspapers to try and go through. Let's zoom in on this one. Advisors on work at docks. This is the latest idea that jobs... there's a cable slightly out of shot. It's going to be in the way. No, I'm going to unplug it. We're not having that. It's my charging cable for the watch. That's better, isn't it? Job advisors. That was almost like the unboxing thing. By the way, I'm all over the shop today. A little follow-up. If you saw the episode where I did an unboxing of the power bank, it's brilliant. No, you thought it was rubbish because I T-mooed it, but it's really good. It holds enough charge to recharge my whole phone and do a good 50% on the watch. So anyway, I'm happy with that. Back to the news. Job advisors will be based at GP surgeries in 9 more areas to help the 40,000 sick and disabled Brits back into work. Great news, isn't it? Apart from good, but are we going to cause a problem where the main cohort of people we are employing, how do I say this nicely? Are we recruiting just from people who are down the old doctors all the time? Because it feels like we might end up having a sick workforce that way. Do you know what I mean? And then people who have a job go off on the sick and then have to be paid because it's illegal. I'm just saying, maybe also if we're sending doctors, job advisors to the doctors to try and recruit those with chronic illnesses, send a couple down the gym just to balance it out, just so we've got some people who can lift. You know what I mean? Did I get away with that one? I feel like I did. Did I tell you I did that gig up in Liverpool? And it was a couple of Sundays ago. And I was worried. On the way up there, I joked to a friend saying, well, because I was the MC, I said, I'm probably not going to go on stage and say, what do you do for a living? Because I'm in Liverpool. And it's a cliche joke. And that was just a joke to a friend. But I got up there, and of course, I'm not so lowbrow as to actually think that of genuine people in audiences. And I got on stage, I'm chatting with someone, and I said, what do you do for a living? And she said, I don't. I was like, oh, what did you used to do? She said, she never did. On the sick. But I did. I think I won them back when later on we did the practice round of applause bit. And I did say to her, don't do it too much, otherwise you'll technically fail your PIP assessment. In entertainment news, rapper Ice-T will get his wife's boobs and butt implants if they ever divorce. I've often wondered what happens with these prenup things when it comes to who pays for the innards. I don't think this is a good idea, Ice, if that is your real name. Mr. T. No, that's not the one, is it? Because you might think you've paid for them, they should be yours. How much of a sad divorced man would you be with just some inner boobs on the shelf? It's going to make you feel even sadder, isn't it? Just having those to just mess, and whichever you do with those. I don't know what you do with those. I don't know what you do, but I don't think you should, Ice-T. Let her keep them. Because you're not going to use them, really, unless you have them put in you, in which case it's a bigger lifestyle change than any of that, isn't it? So look, where do I go? Proper meme says, Steve's shed just got invaded by some migrants and they left the door open for the seagulls to fly in for dinner. What are you talking about? What's happened? What's happened here? Only nap of the day. Are there seagulls around? I'm confused. Pig liver. Hang on. And there's a... Oh, I better read that one. No, I don't. Well, I don't say that. You know, I might get in trouble. Pig liver patient survival success. This is great for science, I guess. A man lived with a pig's liver for more than a month in the most successful operation of its kind. Great. But also, how many... I mean, that's not long, is it? Till we can extend your life with this operation. Great. By how long? Don't order anything on Temu would be the advice, wouldn't it? And does it not feel like already pigs give enough to us? Bacon, pork, ham, gammon, lardons. Have we done them all? We're doing the main ones, and I feel like we've already used most of this poor darned pig, and now we're going, those organs look pretty. I'll have a bit of them. So I feel sorry for the pigs. Lol, Kermit. I thought Kermit was busy. What's Kermit saying in the things? Wobbly paperweights. The boobs and the butt thing. Do you reckon Ice-T has that many papers that need weighing down? I'm not sure he's doing too much admin, I think. Crackling, scratchings, says Judel. You're right. The pigs already give us enough. And now we're going, can I have a little bit of that liver? Nope. Which already we eat, but now we want to put it inside ourselves. This is the special feature of the day, by the way. There's no energy drink or unboxing, but this is the special feature. Speaking of which, my power bank keeps my phone charged for a week. Does it? Nice. In the news, out of office parties... Heineken has renamed pubs across the UK The Office to celebrate after-work gatherings. I can kind of see what you're doing there. So there's some research that says that people like going for a drink or something. Of course it does. It's Heineken. It's like if they did research and the research said, yeah, people don't really fancy going down the pub, they'd probably keep it to themselves. So the fact that it's in the newspaper, whatever. It's a dumb idea. I see the clever kind of play on words thing gets you in the newspapers. Maybe that's enough. But don't rename a pub The Office to get people to go there after the office, because it's just going to get confusing when you're trying to make plans. And I think we can all see where this is going, but I would like to exemplify that confusion by giving you a little vignette that I like to call Going for a Drink in the Office.
Do you fancy going for a drink after work?
Yeah, sounds good. What are you thinking?
We could have a drink in the office.
We could, but it'd be nice to get out of here.
Nah, we'd walk to the office.
We'd just go for a pointless walk.
Well, it's not that far.
No, it's not far, is it? I mean, the office is very near. I just don't see why we'd bother leaving.
You know what? Forget it. I'm just going to go home and binge watch that sitcom I've been enjoying.
Oh, which one?
The Office.
And that is, for anyone who remembers the old comic solving problems days, was acting. So you're up to date with that story. That'll be the clip of that one from today. Joodles says... oh, sorry. Sinful Charlotte says, why do I feel there's some singing coming up? You're safe from singing these days. I'm not doing comedy songs on this podcast. AI does them for me. And Joodle says, saw a job advert for that particular beer brand the other day. 22 grand to travel the country to flog their wares. But if you're traveling a lot, I guess you don't really get to sample it. This is a bit like the guy who does the room next door. No, everyone does acting where they act to each other. In fact, a mate of mine said, I think comedians are done doing the two-parters thing. It really annoyed me. Back in lockdown, me and a friend started doing a live streaming podcasty thing like this. I did loads of those acted out sketches, and then everyone else gets really successful doing it. Really, really annoying. L-Test at new high. A record 668,128 learner drivers had practical tests booked at the end of last month. Wow, this is bad news. The AI stories, you think, how's the world going to end? The world's going to end like this. The future of the nation is not we're being taken over by robots or another disease. It's these learner drivers, bringing us to our knees. And I know you meant to say, we were all drivers once. Yeah, but I'm not now. Like, I used to sit around in a nappy and poo my pants, but I don't now. And that's why I don't have to let I can't if someone else does that on the train near me, I get to judge them, I think. This show's evolving to a higher standard. Also, we need more second camera commentary. Totally agree. We'll get to work on that. Don't worry. Proper memes. We'll talk about proper memes in a bit. But also, there is a theory we should be doing more green screen stuff. It could happen. This show is evolving. What's this one? Dynamic ticks cost first alert. I don't understand so many headlines these days. Ticketmaster yesterday warned concert fans of dynamic ticking pricing for the first time. It's not popular, is it? The price goes up when there's higher demand. Sometimes you don't know about it now. You get warned about it. I don't like this surge pricing or whatever they call it because obviously it means if you want to buy tickets to go and see something, it could cost you more. That's not my concern. It's more that I'm a bit worried when I put tickets on for my gigs, the price will go down. Is that how it works? I've not looked into it, but I'm a little bit worried that I'll be like, oh, I've got this new show. What do you mean I have to pay you? Do you know what I mean? I'm a bit worried about that. Move that label out of the way. I don't even like that one. Oh, hopefully this is not too hot for YouTube. This is a story of Diddy and the dodgy things he got up to with ladies of the night. And you know what? Not even the Diddy you were thinking about. Diddy as in Diddy David Hamilton. Radio legend Diddy David Hamilton has revealed that he had an affair with an S worker, I think you have to say that on YouTube, behind his wife's back. Not physically, that's not a description of the geolocation. The broadcaster, 87, was married when he was 24, had 2 children. They split in the 70s. And now the DJ has opened up about his fling. Is it an affair if you paid for it? I think not. Do you know what I mean? What can you say on YouTube? He says, if anything spoils a marriage, it's children. Suddenly the man's taking the back seat, which is probably what he paid extra for. Here's the thing. Why, if you have to have an affair and pay for it, I think now we know why he's called Diddy. Enough on that. Don't want to get into too much trouble. I blame Uber, says hi-ho Kermit. What, for David Hamilton's affair? Oh, no, I see. Surge pricing. Diddy, says hi-ho Kermit. The black and white side camera is giving me 1950s mind back. Everyone says this should be the camera from like a Nokia thing. I've added graininess to it. It is a very cheap camera, but I've added black and white and graininess to it. While we're doing the rude ones, Gavin and Stacey star Joanna Page wants to move to the countryside and retrain as an S therapist. Very similar related story. I'm not sure people would want that. Would you want a comedy star being your S therapist? Would you want me giving you some advice? Do you know what I mean? Kind of, I recognise you from the MASH report, and I shut up and let me show you how to do this. Is that what therapists do? Let me show you. Put your arms all wrong. It's all in the core strength. Yeah. Nicole Scherzinger, who is a singer. Don't be late, Nick. Kind of get this headline, but Nicole Scherzinger has been blasted by fed-up fans who claim she arrived an hour late to a £150 per ticket concert. Yeah, they're right. Don't do that. Because you're not famous enough, Nicole Scherzinger, to do that. If it's Madonna, you kind of expect it, don't you? We're talking the level where, of course, they're turning up late. They are Madonna. Obviously, these days, if you see the sentence, the late Madonna, you start to worry and thinking, ooh. But for Nicole Scherzinger, you don't have that. You do like 3 songs that people would know or something. You can't be turning up that late. And this is no moral high ground. Because again, do you know how early I have to turn up to gigs before I go on? So there's a scale. I know where I am. I know where Madonna is. And Nicole, I think you got it wrong. Still having the desk cam in colour in the corner kind of kills the black and white thing. So, all right. That's all right. Is that what you want, Kermit? Just don't have to learn the key combinations to whip them out all at the same time. Honestly, the level of expectation in the comment section has gone through the roof. Did they buy them during the surge? Well, I don't know who this Surge guy is, but I bet he didn't have to pay for that affair. This is an interesting... We almost talked about this last night on the Late Show, whatever it's called, on GB News, with Bev Turner, who called me a friend last time I was on. The internet went wild with speculation over Dolly Parton's health after her sister asked friends to pray for her. There's a video of Dolly Parton saying that she's absolutely fine. And good. I hope she is still fine, because I'm about to do jokes. At some point she won't be. And then we'll take this video down, I guess. But until then, it's good. I think I know what happened. And I didn't get time to say this because we're running out. It's right at the end of the show. Because there was Beverly Turner, 2 Americans, and me in like boxes talking about this. And I just wanted to point out, of course this was going to happen, because you Americans ask people to pray for people over a stubbed toe. Do you know what I mean? We pray for her. Why? She's got like some junk mail she's going to have to deal with. The least challenging thing, and Americans want people to pray. That's what happened there. Until eventually, it's going to be a story we have to take down. Simple Charlotte says, lateness is a pet peeve of mine. Well, in that case, don't get Nicole Scherzinger turning up. This one's a worry. A bit too wide for the non-zoomed in one. Oh, it's even too wide for that. Okay, we'll go full. 3 refills of hot chocolate and mocha have been axed by Morrison's due to the government crackdown on obesity. And I don't think that's our problem. I don't think the nation is fat because of all the people having a hot chocolate while walking around Morrison's. You would have heard of it more. Do you know what I mean? In fact, we can zoom in on the thing. Due to recent change in legislation, our hot chocolate and mocha are now excluded from free refills. Life was hard enough to go past already. Also, look at this one. If you read the story down here, Toby's Carvery, also not doing free refills. What's the flipping point in going to Toby's Carvery? Can we still go up and get as much veg as we want? Because that's the one. Pizza Hut also no longer offer bottomless soft drinks unless they are 0 sugar options. The ban on refills only applies to drinks where sugar has been added before purchase. Can you just not have sugar in your hot chocolate? I still don't think that's the thing that's going to fix. This is my favourite story, by the way. Indian snake harmer, which feels like, I think I threw it away. There is the other story of in India how they've got loads of pictures of Starmer up on there. Did I still keep that one here? Or did I decide it was not worth our time? I think I bailed on it. I don't know if you've seen the pictures. There's loads of like posters on the streets of India of Sir Keir Starmer, and you do think that's probably just to improve road safety. Not a nation known for its road safety, and it'll stop people walking in the street, won't it? If they've got to cross one of those barriers. It reminds me of the Les Dawson kind of put a picture of the mother-in-law on the mantelpiece to keep the kids away from the fire. Indian snake harmer, though, is the story we're dealing with here. And this is my favourite story for ages. A husband claims his wife turns into a snake at night and tries to bite him. Lucky boy. Apparently this Mirage guy called the police to investigate. Yeah, they look like that. They'll get to the bottom of it. He told district magistrates, my wife turns into a serpent at night and runs after me, trying to bite me. My wife tortures me mentally and could kill me. Well, it depends if she's a poisonous snake or not. Venomous. The wife, who's 4 months pregnant, I think we've solved this one, has now moved back to live with her parents. And this is my favourite bit, right down the bottom of the story. She claims that her hubby is faking his snake fear so he can marry again. You're right. He's the problem in this. You go around pretending to be a snake trying to bite him. And you know what? He's pretending to be afraid of snakes. Oh, men. Love that story. Good luck to them both. All 3, actually. They're going to need it. Starmer, the Indian snake harmer, says, hi ho, Kermit. So you're not that busy at work, are you? Loving it. Here's the one. Queen in Doggy Delight. The late Queen, so we know which one we're talking about, and that is the late Queen, not like Madonna. The late Queen was thrilled that she accidentally created a dog breed, according to Dame Prue Leith. The Dorgy hybrid, which is a great name, isn't it? It's a mixture of a Dachshund and a Corgi, because one of her Corgis with a Dachshund, literally putting the sausage into sausage dog. And Dorgy is good. It sounds like doggy. It's probably the best hybrid name, portmanteau name, better than all these cockapoo ones, which really, I'm amazed you can broadcast that as a phrase. Who takes a Cocker Spaniel and a poodle and thinks, let's pick the most offensive bits of their name, slam that together? But anyway, she's taken credit for this. I don't think she deserves that much credit. I don't know which one was the male dog, the Corgi or the... So look, the dog came about. One of the monarch's corgis, one called Tiny, had a secret liaison with Princess Margaret's Pipkin. I don't know which one's the boy out of Pipkin and Tiny. It's 2025. You really can't tell by a name, can you? But I think whichever the male dog was doing most of the hard work in creating this new breed. The Queen is taking credit for creating a dog breed, unless you were like helping it. No, that's wrong. Giving it supportive messages, shouting, "Go on, Pippin, you can do it." So she wasn't pregnant; she'd just eaten. Says hi ho Kermit, the snake lady. Nice. And what else we got? Message retracted. Always worries me. Sounds a bit dorky. Doggy. Yeah. Oh no, there's the story about Keir Starmer in India. Not going to bother doing it now. And oh, here's one that fits with the last one. Fears abducted folk inserted with ET genes. Some humans may be part alien after extraterrestrial genes inserted into abductions. Feels like they did more effort than the Queen did. Do you know what I mean? The Queen's taking credit for inserting some corgi genes into a dachshund. No, unless you're doing it like these aliens. You were really voyeuristically sitting back and watching. Which is the thing. You're allowed to do that from... Can you say cuck chair on YouTube? They're saying no. We have to blame Jedward for the cockapoo. They started all this nonsense, did they? Wouldn't let them name it cockapoo either. Whether you mean the dog or not. Have we nearly done? I feel like we've... Oh, it's truth. We've not even done the half-hour mark. Gen Zs are more comfortable taking a sick day from work than tough baby boomers, according to research that was not needed. But again, I don't want to mention too much about Generation Zs because the biggest thing in my career recently was being included in John Oliver's Last Week Tonight in a montage clip of me not understanding Gen Zs. And they missed the joke. So they made me look like it was not good. Oh, I see. Hi-Ho Kermit says it was Jedward or Brangelina. You mean the name Jedward for coming up with names. I thought you meant Jedward were actually getting two different types of dogs together to, you know. I mean, look, it's better than dog fighting, isn't it? If what you're into as a hobby is getting two different breeds together and seeing what comes out, it's living the actual version of what do you get if you cross. So anyway, yeah, Gen Zs don't like working. Don't know what I was going to talk about in that one. And this is probably a good last story. Britain's summer scorcher supercharged crops so much that cider is now too potent to sell in pubs. Oh no, disaster. Glorious sunshine led to more sugar in the fruit, leading to soaring levels of alcohol because the sugar turns to alcohol. And it now means that small-scale cider makers find it hard to flog anything over 8.4 ABV. Good. That's a bit much, isn't it, for a cider? 8.4? That's what you expect from, like, a cheap wine. And now they've got some batches going over 10.5. What? What this means is people won't be drinking cider in the pubs. They'll have to drink cider in car parks. So that story again, nothing will change. No, that's where you find cider drinkers, isn't it? This could mean we absolutely lose the southwest of the UK. I think we'll be all right with that. But, yeah, there you go. Ciders will now get you in doing that. Right, let's do some of the things. Sinful Charlotte said massive wig. I mean, what did I mean? Don't mention Jedward. Next thing, Steve, you will get a massive wig and start belting out some tunes. I've learnt not to sing in the stream anymore. Definitely Jedward, says Joodles. As Irish. Got them for years before they reached the mainland. Did you? Oh, you poor things. I didn't realise. I'll stop mocking. And weird flex, Joodles. No free refills with cider. Too much sugar. Oh, but surely the sugar turns to alcohol. Could Morrison's sell me a hot chocolate if you don't put sugar in it, but you do put vodka in it? That feels like, if that's the rule, we are not making society better. You know what I mean? So, I did promise talking about the cost of gold in one of the things we plugged, just in case you're interested. Rush to put cash into gold. Gold has hit record highs as folks see bullion as a safe investment amid global chaos. I don't have any jokes on it, but I do realise people like me get their podcast sponsored by investing in gold things. So if anyone wants to, you can even pay me in gold. Literally, that's a good idea. These people have got tons of it. Send it my way. We'll see what we can do. You got to worry for that bloke with a Goldie with all the gold fillings. At some point, he's going to become more muggable. Do you know what I mean? He must look at the price of gold and be like, I think I'll stay in this week. Before we get into plugging the various things I have to plug, Proper Memes, who's in the comment section, thank you very much, did make a meme of me, which has been on the internet. And thank you for this. Now, if you wish to use a meme of someone doing what I'm about to show you, you can search for Stephen Allen. It's in there. Hang on, let's try and... There it is. Me dancing. So we're not doing singing anymore, but we are doing me dancing. And without context, it looks like I'm having some sort of a breakdown on the internet. And with context, it still looks like I'm kind of having a breakdown on the internet. Fair enough. So thank you very much for that. Ice. Hey, nice. Do you like my name? Says someone. Trying to do the old funny names. Yeah. I'm not reading that out on YouTube, but come and see me on OnlyFans later and we'll see what we can do. Did I miss singing sections of the whatever it is? Rushes to the back catalogue. Joodles, yeah. Oh, man alive. I did so many little comedy songs back in the day. And this, and I should warn you, trigger warning, was before I downloaded the software to do auto-tune. So honestly, it was rough. Track it down if you fancy it. We're pretty much done and dusted. The plugs. Let's get this back up. Things to plug. Ding, 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 ding. This is why there's no podcast tomorrow. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'm on BBC Radio 5 Live on the Adrian Chiles Show, talking about, I imagine, the Middle East. I imagine. It's bound to be, isn't it? So we'll be doing that. But as a twist, because he's in the Cardiff studio rather than New Broadcasting House, I'm not going into London to do it because I'd be sat in a studio on my own doing it down the line. So we're doing it from home. Literally, this backdrop will be BBC famous tomorrow. All Hit Radio, every day from 1 p.m. Search, if you shout at your Amazon smart speaker, play All Hit Radio, it will follow your command. Substack.com/ I think it's at Mr. Stephen Allen. You can read my thoughts on not only my full explanation of the Gary Neville thing, but also Kevin Badenoch's stamp duty business from last night. Here's some begging for you. Ko-fi.com / Mr. Stephen Allen, if you'd like to put £1 in my pot. If you'd like to put £1 in the slot, Mrs. Judel says you have lovely handwriting for a boy. Thank you. The audio podcast. You subscribe on wherever you find your audio podcast, but mainly Spotify. That's good to do it on there. It's on there. It's called Stephen Allen Almost Daily, and you get more episodes because some of the radio shows I'm turning into that. Saturday, I'm performing in Wimbledon at Crack Comedy. Oh, and this just dropped as well. Francis Foster's got a podcast. We recorded it a while ago, and I just saw that he tweeted it, so much so that I think I've got the technology to... Boom! He just tweeted. So watch that episode. I can't remember what happened in it. Look at me. I'm looking Joe Roganified. Wow. I don't think I'm actually that... They've used AI to hench me up or something. I've got muscles in my neck in that picture. Not sure I have in real life, but there we go. Steve, look up a copyright-free tune called Weather Forecast by Kevin MacLeod. I think it's perfect for this section. Okay, I'll have a little look at that. Kevin MacLeod, is he the guy who does Grand Designs? Am I... Wow, imagine. Even he has to try and make ends meet. Sorts Your Life Out. Yep, that's the podcast. And I bet nobody watched the Josh... Oh, no, come on. I'm sure he's got a bigger following than I have. It's terrifying. You should see the size of the guy. Rather fabulous G's. I don't know what's happening in the comment section. Oh, and he's saying my G's are quite nice. Yep. That seems like a compliment. You should be paying to a more buxom lady than me, but fair enough. I'll take whatever compliments are going. Thank you very much for watching. And what we got saying? We're done. All the plugging has happened. The podcast has happened. And Alex says, I think you should do a collab with Lewis Schaefer. I think I did enough. We did many of those. I think we worked together back in the headliners days very well. But I end up just being the straight man because anyone around Lewis Schaefer is the straight man. You have no role in this. If you still have connections with the reality, you end up being the straight man. Judel says the G's and the Y's. My Y's are quite curly. Yeah, I don't mind. I get into it. So anyway, you can analyse that all you wish. We'll pop out some clips of this, and then not a podcast tomorrow. Next Tuesday should be the next one. Until next time, have a good one.